Hey guys, Zelonius here and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys lots of useful tips and advice that is hopefully going to make your Lost Ark experience a lot better. Lost Ark is a huge game. So much fun. I'm in love with the game. I've played it for nearly 500 hours since it came out. You can see I've got characters in each tier. I've tried a bit of everything and I feel I've learned a lot and I want to share that with you guys. I want to help you guys have more fun with the game. I want to help it feel a bit less daunting. I want to help you avoid the mistakes that I've made since I started playing the game, and just be a bit more efficient with your characters, because that ultimately will help you have more fun in general. This video is going to give you 10 tips. I could give thousands, to be honest, so I'm going to do more videos like this in the future, but these are some big tips that I think will make a big difference to your gameplay straight away. If you like these type of videos, please let me know in the comments. If you've got any questions, as always, let me know. And if there's specific videos you would like to see about Lost Ark, let me know and I'll look to get in to do those for you guys. Let's get into the video with the first tip. First tip I'm going to talk about is Rapport. Rapport is quite a complicated system in reality when you look into every different aspect of it, and I'm going to do a video in the next few days where I go into more detail about it. That'll be like a 10-minute one where we'll go through every different aspect of it, but for this video it's just going to be a brief overview. Rapport, you can get this menu up by pressing Alt plus N. In this here, you can literally see every single person that you can get rapport with or animal, and then you can click on this and see what you get from them. Rapport is a key part of the game that I think a lot of people overlook. One of the reasons I want to tell you guys about it is because even if it's not something you're very interested in looking into right now, it's definitely worth taking advantage of this. Now look, Nineveh, she costs a lot to get. But each day, you're allowed to play an instrument or do an emote to a rapport person up to 5 times. You're not going to do that on one person. Right now I'm stuck because I need to do the next quest for Nineveh. But you can go up to someone who needs rapport and play them a song, show them an emote, and it gives you rapport XP towards them. But look at some of the things you can get with rapport. Nineveh's one of the best in the game. So she gives 100,000 silver on the first tier, 240,000 silver on the second, plus 1,000 gold, 1,000 gold again. That's 340,000 silver, health potions, a giant's heart, a legendary card, and an island token. Now, not all rapport vendors are created equally. Like, Nineveh's one of the very best in the game. Some of them don't give much at all in comparison. We'll look at Tanae. She gives a few pirate coins, a green card, which is pretty useless, more pirate coins, and they're pretty good, a secret map. What I would say is target the specific people you want, but don't neglect this, because over time, Rapport can help you earn some really strong OP stuff that will benefit your whole roster. Rapport is important, get used to it, and at the very least, make sure you're using the 5 a day that you get where you can talk to them and show emotes and play instruments for them. Tip number 2 is one that I'm not sure that many people actually know about, and if they know about it, they might not know how to use it, and then the actual amount of people using it is a lot less, I think. It is using the Codex. So the Codex is Alt plus D. Now it comes up with this and it's like, okay, what do I actually do with this? Well, I'm going to give you an example. So one of the things that you might have come across so far is you want to, we was just talking about rapport, get rapport with people, and then it says you need more charisma, you need more wisdom. Well, you're thinking, how on earth do I get that charisma, wisdom, all this type of stuff? Well, you go to character growth in the Codex. And here you can hover over this, so permanent stat increase skills, basic stats, vitality, crit damage. And you keep going down, and then there should be, there you go, wisdom, courage, charisma. Charisma is one of the hardest ones to get. Well, in the Codex, you can literally see everywhere that you can get charisma potions. So, rapport with Yule in Port City Changun, which is in Attica. Rapport Diorica Plain Eli Nihon. We'll just click random ones. Rapport Beatrix. Adventurous Time Tortoik. The Adventurous Time there you can see. If you get to 40%, you'll get a charisma potion. There's so much you can do with the Codex. You can search it as well. One of the main ones that I look for is skill potions. Skill potions are something that people neglect. Getting extra skill points is huge, because when you look at your skills and level them up to 10, the difference between some level 10 skills and level 7 is huge. Use the Codex to find out where you can get skill potions from. you can see that I've unlocked a lot of the skill potions. It's not just item level that makes your character stronger. Skill potions make a big difference too. Use the Codex to assess that. The Codex could do an hour-long video going through it and all the things you could do, but it's useful. Get used to using it. You can search here, find pretty much anything in the game and how to get it. The Codex is useful. Use it. Using the interactive map. Now you're probably thinking, what on earth's the interactive map? That's not something I've seen in the game before. Well, I'm here to tell you about it. This is a really useful tool that I think I found through the Lost Ark Reddit that changed my gameplay. You can see here at the top right of this where I click M. This is the in-game map, the world map. You just press M to get it up. I can see how many Makoko seeds I've got, and it shows me where I found all these. Do you think I just randomly got lucky and found all these? If you press Alt plus L to come up with the collectibles, I've got 822 Makoko seeds. Basically 2/3 of them in the game. I didn't just happen to spend hundreds of hours looking for them. I used the interactive map. Now the interactive map is a really useful tool. You can see it here. It is a website where I will put a link in the video to this, where you go onto it and you can literally go through anywhere in the world that's on Lost Ark and find where everything is. So we'll look at, let's look at Beret's domain. So you go on here, you can zoom out, zoom in, you can even click stuff and it'll tell you more information about it. But basically, when you quest through a zone, I would recommend using this. And what happens is, it tells you where everything in that zone is. So when it's got an orange monster, that means that's one of the unique monsters as part of the adventure time. When it's got the white like little eye thing, that's a vista. The green thing is obviously the Makoko seeds. Here you can see 2 Makoko seeds and a forest minuet. That means you need that song to be able to access it. Use this interactive map when you're exploring to save yourself a lot of time in the future. The adventurous time's really important. There's a lot of great stuff in there. Skill potions, masterpieces, songs, charisma, wisdom potions, things like that. It will make a big difference. And if you use this interactive map whenever you're in a zone, you'll be able to do a lot of it and collect a lot of it on the way. It's a really useful tool that can change your gameplay. And for me, it really changed my Lost Ark experience for the better. Tip number 4 is do not ignore horizontal progression. You'll notice a lot of these tips kind of relate to each other, because that's one of the beautiful things about Lost Ark, that a lot of the systems in the game do work towards one another, which means you don't want to neglect any of them, because if you neglect one, you're in turn kind of neglecting another. Horizontal progression, you might be thinking, what do I mean by that? Well, if I was to say vertical progression, that is literally just getting your item level up, your item level going up. Horizontal progression is doing things that benefits every character, and the main form of that is collectibles. Collectibles, some of them are more powerful than others. I would say probably the best one in terms of what you get for the amount is Omnium Stars. Go to collectibles by pressing Alt plus L. And there you can access all these menus, click Omnium Stars, and you can see here the collection status, how you get them. And then you can click the view reward info to see what they give. Now, Omnium Stars gives up to 12 skill points through the 2 greater skill potions. Gives a legendary rune. That's the best in slot rune for a lot of different classes. It's pretty good, but they're very hard to get. Then you've got Island Souls. You can see all the rewards here. They give masterpieces, secret maps. Masterpieces, I've got a lot of these. I've got 2/3 of them. Look at some of the stuff you can get here. Emotes, card packs, 3,000, 8,000, 16,000, 29,000 gold just from those 4 gold chests. A legendary gold card, more runes. There's a lot of different stuff you can get through horizontal progression on this game, that if you ignore it, it's going to hurt your account in the long term. And like I said, using the interactive map that we talked about in the last tip, you can do a lot of these at the same time. I don't think it's necessarily something you should be only doing horizontal progression. What I tend to do is I do the dailies across my different characters. I'm talking Chaos Dungeons, Guardian Raids, Una Dailies, and then when I've got time left over, I do the horizontal progression. Makes a big difference. I also find it fun, especially the islands. There's some great stories on there. Start doing them, and I think it'll help you a lot in the long term. Tip number 5 is about the Stronghold. Now, the Stronghold is another one that I could probably do a full-length video about, and I will at some point, I think. But there's lots of different aspects of Stronghold. that is going to make a big difference to your gameplay. I'm not going to go into too much depth for this, but I'll talk about a few of them. The trade merchant. The trade merchant can sell lots of useful stuff. They can sell secret maps, Stronghold crew applications. I'm going to buy that one. That'll be useful for me. They can buy the feathers that allow you to come back alive. Open sale, that's when people can come into your Stronghold and buy stuff. Let me, where is it? Let me equip those feathers just so I don't forget. One of the main aspects of the Stronghold that's really useful is the dispatches. So you go to your management, you go to your station. You can see here that I've completed the dispatch here. You get rewards. You get pirate coins, providence stones, which can go towards different vendors, and more of those seals to buy more things from the merchants. You can get some honestly really good rewards sometimes from these. I've had over like 1,000 pirate coins before. It's kind of just like a little mini game. It's a bit like a mobile type thing, this, but dispatches are really good. The lab, though, is probably the most powerful part of the Stronghold. Let's look at some of the completed research I've done, or acquired research. You can get roster storage. So roster storage, you can see here, this is all my roster storage here. About 3 or 4 of those lines have come from just having my Stronghold leveled up and getting it. The most powerful thing, though, let me see if I can find it. Where does it come under? I know what I'm looking for, I'm just not sure what menu it comes under. There we go. Roster help. This is the most powerful aspect of the Stronghold. Increase tier 1 owning success rate, reduce required XP for tier 1 owning, increase tier 2 owning, reduce required XP for tier 2 owning. It is crazy. What this does is basically makes you have 20% more chance on alts when it comes to owning, and it makes it 20% cheaper. So when you go from level 14 to 15 in tier 1 and 2, rather than it be a 40% chance, it is a 60% chance, and it's 20% cheaper. That is a huge difference. To do this, you have to get to level 802 in tier 2 before you can research it for tier 1 alts, and then 1302 in tier 3 before you can research it for tier 2. You can also do it for tier 3. I've not got there yet. You need to be 1385, but you can see how powerful this is. This is a key aspect to the Stronghold that I'm not sure everyone knows about. To get that, though, you do need to have your lab at a certain level. I can't remember specifically what level it is, but honestly, a lot of this can just happen over time. You don't need to spend any money on it. It's very easy to use, but you can see how important that is. There's a lot more to it, and I'll do a separate video about the Stronghold, but don't neglect your Stronghold. Use it, and it will change your game for the better. Tip number 6 is the tower. The tower is a pretty fun system. It's also pretty frustrating at times, not going to lie. But the tower is something where you can get a lot of great rewards on. The first time you do the tower, you get a different set of rewards to whenever you do it again. And I'll show you some of the rewards. This is the tier 1 rewards. So we start at the bottom, get card packs, expertise potion, class engravings, battle engravings, rapport, a skill potion, that's big, masterpiece, giant's heart, legendary rapport, more engravings, a rune, card XP, and then another skill potion. That's 6 skill potions just for tier 1 tower. For tier 2 tower, it's another skill potion, more rapport, another giant's heart, another skill potion. Pretty similar rewards, just a little bit better. That's 12 skill potions just from tier 1 and 2 tower. The tier 1 tower is a lot easier than tier 2, but if you're a bit daunted by it, don't want a big challenge, you can just get to tier 3 and then do them both, and it'll be very easy. You can just ignore a lot of the mechanics. Most floors are pretty easy, to be honest, but you can see the rewards are big. It does not take too long to do, especially once you get used to it, but where a lot of the power comes in is, yes, these rewards are great, but when you have done them once and completed a tower once, on your ults, instead of getting these, because she's not going to keep giving you more skill potions, you get a lot of owning materials. You can get tens of thousands of shards, you can get thousands of guardian stones, destruction stones, hundreds of leap stones. It makes a huge difference when you've run out of islands to be able to get all these owning materials on your ults. So yes, great rewards the first time. Giant's Heart, skill potions, cards. These make a big difference. But then for ults, it's going to make your leveling experience so much quicker and smoother on top of the Stronghold owning XP to be able to get the owning materials. Do the tower. It's good fun. You can do it at your own time. You don't need to do it all in one go. It's good fun and it's going to make a big difference to your account. Like a lot of MMOs, especially Korean MMOs, Lost Ark can feel quite grindy at times. I really enjoy the grind, and I'm not remotely burnt out even when I'm doing it on 6 characters a day. Maybe that's not for everyone, and you don't need to do that, it just helps you progress a little bit faster the more ults you have. But one of the things I said to someone was that when I come onto Lost Ark, I have like a list of stuff I want to do, and I end my session of playing Lost Ark with even more stuff than I started with, which is great in my opinion because there's so much to do, and I love that. But it can be quite overwhelming at times. I get to play a lot of video games. Not everyone has that luxury. So, I want to make sure you know about this and aware of this so it makes you not feel as overwhelmed by it. Rest bonus is big. You can see here the rest bonus. Basically, rest bonus means if you don't do a Guardian raid, you can do 2 a day. If you only did 1, you'll get 10 rest bonus. If you don't do 2, you get 20. You can only get 20 a day because you can only do 2 a day. But when it gets to 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, effectively what happens is when you go do a Guardian raid, if you've got 20 rest bars, instead of getting 1 Guardian Soul, you'll get 2. Same for Chaos Dungeons, kind of. You can see for Chaos Dungeons here, there's a rest bonus thing. If I don't do 2 Chaos Dungeons, I'll get 20 and I'll get double the rewards the next time I do a Chaos Dungeon. You won't get 100% of the rewards of someone who's doing 2 every day, but it's a good catch-up mechanic that doesn't punish you too bad if you miss a day. One element of something that I would recommend you definitely try and keep up on if possible is the login rewards. I still need to get those today, but the login rewards are pretty big. You can see here, you've got 34, 35 days. I think March is a 31-day month, so you've got 35 days to get all these rewards. That's 25 days worth of rewards over 35 days. So you can miss nearly 10 days. But even if you don't have much time to play one day, it's definitely worth logging in just to get the daily reward, because some of these are really good. Not all of them are great. Some of them are a lot better than others. The Relic Rapport is really good. The Fions there, 50 Fions. Some of the owning materials, that's going to help you a lot. Lots of card packs, free boss rush tickets. Some of these rewards are big and going to make a big difference, and all you have to do is log in. So log in, get the rewards where you can. Don't feel too worried if you miss a day or two because of rest bonus. Lost Ark is there to help you catch up. Tip number 8 is about joining a guild. I don't think everyone's fully aware of the power of guilds on Lost Ark. There's a few issues with the guild system on Lost Ark that I find a little bit annoying at times, but I do enjoy the guild system and think it's pretty good. And it's got some good stuff in it that I've not really seen in other video games. Now, the most powerful thing about joining a guild in Lost Ark is the Bloodstone system. You can donate to a guild by just opening the guild menu, that is Alt plus U. Click guild donation and then you can donate silver or gold. You're probably thinking, why do I want to give silver or gold? Potentially to people I don't even know. Like, what benefit is that? The silver and gold doesn't go directly to the leader of the guild. I run a guild called Arkenlight on the Sirius EU Central server. I can promise you, I'm not just telling you guys this so people donate and give more gold and silver to the leader. I don't get any of that. What happens is, it goes into Bloodstones. You can see there, it gives 50 Bloodstones to the guild, and it gives you 50 Bloodstones back. The Bloodstones, you can see here, my guild have 41,000 Bloodstones. As the guild leader, I can research different things with those Bloodstones. Some of the things... Does it let me see what I've already researched for the guild? No, I don't think it does, apparently, but one of the main things that you can do with Bloodstones is spend them at this vendor, a Sil Mail Bloodstone Exchange. Now look here, there's XP potions. I wouldn't really waste your Bloodstones on that. Owning materials and entrance tickets. The entrance tickets, effectively, you can go here and depending on what level your guild shop is, you can spend Bloodstones. So my guild has a level 2 guild shop right now. To get the higher level guild shops, you have to level your guild up. Your guild gets leveled up by people donating, supporting research. So it's a collective effort to grow your guild to research better stuff. The guild shop is the most powerful aspect of guilds. If your guild's got a certain level shop, you can spend Bloodstones here. Now look here, you can get owning materials too. There's lots of different stuff from tier 1 to tier 3. Let's look at tier 3 for example. So for tier 3, I was able to get 100 Guardian Stones there, 200 there, so 300 Guardian Stones at tier 3 by spending bloodstones. Once my guild's got level 4 guild shop, I can get another 280. So you can see here, being part of a guild that's got a guild shop, that's leveling it up, long term's going to benefit you a lot. Also, it's just a great way to make new friends, have people to play with on the game. My guild, we have a Discord, we run lots of regular events together. It's going to improve your gaming experience in general, but selfishly, you will also benefit from the guild shop. Tip number 9 is about how to use the store properly. This is again something I'm going to do a more in-depth video about, so this is just a quick overview. The store, you can see in the bottom right, this is not me saying go spend lots of money on the game. It's how to spend your money more wisely, or not even have to spend. Now, there's lots of things in here that maybe look quite interesting. One of the best things you can make an investment on would be a ship skin, one that makes you auto sell. I've already bought that, so it's not showing up here. You can buy skins, mounts, but the most interesting, important part of the store is Mary's secret shop. Now, you're probably thinking, well, Zel, I have to spend blue crystals on this. So why would I do that? Because spend blue crystals, I have to get real money. Well, your currency exchange, you can exchange gold for crystals. You can exchange here royal crystals for actual gold, or you can get crystals. The price has gone down quite a bit. That's interesting. I'm going to get some of these. You can see here, 600 gold gets me 95 crystals. So there, I click that, I claim them. I now have 95 more crystals. You can see it's gone there. So, you don't have to spend real money to get blue crystals to buy things from Mary's secret shop. It's a bit more complicated. You might have to do some maths and see. 40 life leap stones here cost 56 crystals. 56 crystals is about 400 gold. So, basically, you're paying about 400 gold to get 40 life leap stones. Let's look here. A life leap stone is 26 gold on the market. That's like the auction house type system on the game. So, 40 life leap stones from the market would cost you, how much is that? 260, over 1,000 gold. It is 2.5 times more expensive to buy life leap stones with gold than it is to convert them at the currency exchange into blue crystals and then go buy them from Mary's secret shop. Mary's secret shop has another section as well that it sells Rapport, card packs, all this type of stuff. Take advantage of this. The main things that I buy from Mary's shop are leap stones, shards, and then Rapport, because you can't buy Rapport from anywhere else. You can earn it through daily logins and quests, but it's quite limited. One of the main tips I'll say before we move on from this one, do not buy the card packs. I wasted thousands, I'm embarrassed to say it, thousands of crystals on card packs. I got excited by them. Ultimately, the card system is a separate system itself that I'll cover in another video. But the only cards that really matter for the most part are the legendary cards. And you never get them from these packs. 200 crystals, that's like 1.5k gold. You are not getting 1.5k's gold worth of cards from that. So don't waste your money on that. But yeah, that's how I recommend to use the store. And you can also get some cool cosmetic stuff in there as well. For the final tip, we are talking about pets. The pet system's a cool one. Honestly, a bit of a cute one at times. And I've heard that there's a lot more that's already happening in Korea where we're going to be able to level up our pets and do more stuff with them. Which is cool, and I'm looking forward to that when it arrives. This is a very easy thing to do that I think a lot of people don't realise. You can see here the bonus that you get with your pet. To change it, you go to a pet management system, the working Akate Meow, I don't know how to pronounce that. For the defensive one, I'd always go max HP. For the secondary stat, a lot of people don't actually realise it really does this. You can see here for Raw, my pet I've got here, I've got specialisation. So you can see right now I've got 11-3-1 specialisation. Let's change to Enrico. We'll summon him. My specialisation now goes down to 10-2-9. That is a huge difference. An extra 80. Obviously, this makes a big difference the higher the stat, but an extra 10% on one of your secondary stat makes a huge difference. It's going to be a big damage buff. Have different pets that have different ones. So this one's got crit. So when I'm playing my artillerist who scales more off crit, I summon Enrico. When I'm playing my paladin who scales more off swiftness, I use this Helgapin pet. Use the right pet that gives the right bonus. You can retrain them, so if there's a pet you want to use on every character, you can just go to the pet management and retrain. You might want to use the same pet, but you're going to have to make sure you retrain it every time. So I use different pets for that. The other thing is pets auto loot for you, which makes a big difference. Make sure you have the right pet out with the right boost to benefit your characters the most. I appreciate you guys watching this video. Lots of information here, and honestly, lots more tips videos we could do. I'm going to be here tomorrow with an ultimate rapport guide where I go in depth on that. Appreciate you guys watching this video. Appreciate the support if you stuck all the way to the end. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Lots more great content to help you with Lost Ark coming your way. See you guys in the next one.